What's going on, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to the knee-jerk reaction for Game Week 2 at the end of Game Week 1. Well, I say end of Game Week 1 weekend rather than the fixture. Still got one big game to go, which is the Manchester United one. What a weekend, guys. What has happened? What took place? Friday night, it was a mess. Yeah, and I still think I've come out on the right side, to be fair. Could have been far worse, but yeah, I think it's been an interesting one. The rank's gone up and down quite infrequently. But yeah, someone offered me, 63 points on Sunday night, before the deadline, and said I got 3 United players to go. I think I would have taken it, to be fair. But yeah, a lot to discuss, a lot to go through. So I thought, let's be on time. Let's go through some information. So I hope everyone's well. I hope you guys have had a good weekend, and let's get stuck in and find out a bit more about what's gone on. Let's take some questions from you guys as well. But before we do that, guys, hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already, and hit the like button to a new and upcoming channel. Let's have some fun and see what's happening. FPL MF said, I am on time. I am indeed. The game literally just finished. I just turned it off in my room. What a fantastic game of football, guys. I've watched some incredible football this weekend. Started off on Friday. Haaland, what can we say about him? Absolutely immense goal machine. And then we carried that on last night. I watched the Arsenal game at lunchtime as well. Fantastic game. Good fight back by Forest. Arsenal should have been out of sight. Aston Villa got absolutely hammered by Newcastle. Did we overlook Newcastle? Don't know. We'll have to discuss it more. And then we also had the games today. Today's football was just phenomenal. My absolute joy to watch football where you're not supporting the clubs and they do give you a good game instead. So I really enjoyed it, guys. A lot to discuss. Maddison, Richarlison, Son, Mbembo, Visser. Then you got Chilwell, Reece James, Sterling. Even Enzo, for me, was probably the man of the match in that game. There's a lot of players to discuss, guys, that we're going to go through. But let me know how you guys are doing. Pop your scores in. Any players still left to play? What are your thoughts of Game Week 2? Is there going to be a knee-jerk reaction? What's my play process? I've lost one of my main talisman in De Bruyne. We'll discuss that in more detail. But yeah, let's think what's going to happen. Sorry about that. FPL MFZ says 70 points of Onana, Bruno, and Rash to play. Sorry, guys. Appreciate that. Apologies. So 3 players left as me, and you're already 7 points ahead. So I'm certain you're going to finish with a really good overall score. And he says he's fairly happy with the only player that didn't return was Foden. I chose him ahead of Maddison and Mbembo. Still, I believe Foden will outscore them in Game Week 5. Foden, I mean, look, he started. We got the team released beforehand, so there's a lot that took place on Friday night. I mean, I left a bit early for 2 reasons. A, I'm still not feeling great, to be pretty honest. And I wanted to, after getting stuck in and finding out some information, I thought, what, I'm just going to give it a rest. I wanted to move away. But I found out about the Gabriel injury or benching. So I took him out and I brought in Akanji because I knew Akanji was starting from the leak of the team. So that kind of helped me out a lot. Overall, but yeah, Saliba could have had another 7 points with bonus and clean sheet points as well if they didn't concede. But overall, it's been a really good weekend, guys. My rank card went as high as 197,000 and as low as 4 mil, just with the games happening at that time. I've had a look recently. I mean, on the screen it says 2.1 mil, but after all the bonus points come in and everything, I looked on live FPL before starting here, and I'm about 1.7 mil. I'll take that, to be fair. I think I'm above average. And I've still got 3 players with points still to come in, so happy with that. Jose, good evening. Too scared to captain Salah in Game Week 2, not a 90 minutes man anymore. So with Salah, I think there's more to it than that. I think he got taken off today. He didn't play well second half, let's be real. So I watched the game in itself, and he didn't play well in Game Week. Sorry, in the second half of the game itself. So for Game Week 2, if you're thinking of captaining him, it's one of those where I still think that shouldn't just put you off. You're playing at Chelsea away, and Chelsea did play phenomenal, guys. After going 1-0 down, Salah hit the bar. Could have been a different day. Salah scored a goal which was offside, so he could have ended up with about 18 to 20 points today. On a different day, he could have got that haul, and then it would be a different conversation, him coming off after 70 minutes. I think we got to take it at the pinch of salt. I don't think it's going to be that much rotation, but he's going to start every game. That's the main thing. So for me personally, Mo Salah, I think he's quite enticing, to be fair, after what I've seen so far in Game Week 2. I'd want to captain him, to be fair. FPL, come in, Mo. So you're telling me that Salah matching Martinelli? No, I'm not going to say anything around that. Look, Martinelli, what a phenomenal assist he had for Nketiah this weekend. He got a return. But guys, if you watch that game against the game today that's happened, Salah played phenomenally. He's come away with only a handful of points, but that so easily could have been 17 to 20 points easily. FPL MF said to the Chilwell goal, man. I wish it's not ruled out. Saliba lost that, cost me my Saliba points a lot. Exactly. So again, little things here and there can change this whole thing. Let's say Chilwell's goal was an offside. It was offside, guys. Let's say if it was an offside, that's another list looking at about 7 points. That's 70 there. Saliba always said, I could have been on 77, just like that. But there's decisions go here and there. It doesn't make things worse for your team in itself. But I do believe that there's a lot that's happened. There's going to be a lot of knee-jerking. For me, it's difficult because the thing is with my squad, I've lost my second most expensive player. If I take him out and I replace him with someone else, I'm going to have funds left over. I already have £1 million with this squad that I had. So for me, it's not even worthwhile making 2 transfers. I'll get a -4. And at this stage of the season, there's one thing that I promised myself I wouldn't take was any hits. So I'm looking at potentially there's a wild card that I could play. It's something that I'm thinking of at the moment because I had to rip my squad up because I went for a 4-5-1. I might have to go to a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. There's a lot of good players like João Pedro that's come in who's done really well at 5.5 on penalties as well. There's a risk of rotation, but I know he's done really well. I watched all the highlights of all the games and the 2 games live today already, so I don't really need to see the highlights of them. And I see some real sparks in there. Chilwell, phenomenally ahead. He plays so far in front, it's unbelievable. Eze was unlucky. He had a few chances at the end of the assists, but they don't have the talent to finish it off, unfortunately, so I'm not too disappointed at Eze. Mbembe is someone that I want to own now. After watching Brentford today, they were phenomenal. Maddison, lucky with the second assist. But hey, if you own him, take him, own it. It's happened. Richarlison at 9 wasn't really that great today, but I'm not going to go by just the one game in itself. But if he's playing up front in that position every single game at 7 mil for Spurs, a real good opportunity there. FPL says, my only rivals use triple captains and just 15 points ahead. That's not even good considering I'm not using chips. I know so many players played the triple captain chip on Haaland this week, so good luck to them. I mean, we'll just hope and pray that when we use it in a double game week, it comes back and we get a good score. FPL said, if you start with Salah and not captaining Salah, that's just pointless having him. Exactly. So for me, like if I was to own Salah in game week 2, the only thing that I can generally say to Salah owners, don't get put off by him being rotated after 70 minutes today. If anything, that's a good thing for you to be worried about in that sense. Is he's going to start regardless, guys. It's going to be very rare he's going to go on the bench. But he's been rested and looked after. The only thing that I was concerned about in previous seasons is exertion. Constant 90 minutes week in, week out. But we saw how well he did in the first 30 minutes. This was Chelsea away, guys. Chelsea's not an easy place to go. And Poch set up a really good squad. I think personally, I was sitting behind the sofa. I was hiding. I was trying to look elsewhere when Salah was getting on the ball. Amazing. I think he's going to be a good shout for next week. And if I haven't played any transfers yet. And if I play a wild card and I get him in, I'm telling you now, I'm very, 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 very excited to captain him next week against Bournemouth. Because if Liverpool turn up like they did today, at home they're always good anyway. I think they'll have the cop behind him. And they'll have the crowd with him. So I think it's going to be a good chase for people who are looking to catch up on points if they do own Salah. I mean, he played phenomenally, guys. I know he's got a handful of points, but if you watched that game, he did really well. Everyone says, feel bad for you, Mo, about Eze. Watch the Palace highlights. He should have gotten 2 assists. Should have been 2 assists, 2 free kicks, 1 weak header, 1 weak finish. It is what it is. Eze could have got a double. I could have been around 80 points again. So it's tough to take because Mitoma got a return and Mbembe got a goal. Solly March, he got a goal as well. So actually, Mitoma got an assist, I think. Yeah, and Solly March got the goal. But hey, Estupinian saved my week, so that was happy days for me. So what am I thinking generally about how my team looks at the moment? Obviously, De Bruyne's gone for a while, so that's 10.5 mil. I've got 11.5 mil, basically, what I need to do. I was really interested by a lot of forwards. So I know I've gone for 1 forward here. If I do tend to play any wild card, I'm wanting to get a second forward. Now, there's 2 combinations I can look at. So I could go for like a Salah in Bembo, who could come in for like Bruno, De Bruyne, and then get Pedro up front. Or I could just leave Bruno Fernandes, bring in Bembo, and play Jackson or even Ollie Watkins. So there's a lot that I can look at the moment. The only concern that I have is I had a plan for game week 2 and 3 in terms of transfers, which was to get Reece James in for the good fixtures. However, that's kind of thrown that out of the works with the De Bruyne injury. So I might be forced into an early wild card. Now, that's not because I'm knee-jerking and I want certain players. It's because the whole setup of my team, it just becomes disjointed. And I don't want to take a -4. That's the only thing. And Salah is someone I do want to own now, guys. I'm just going to put it out there. I want to own him. I don't own him. I don't think I can go through the Bournemouth game by not owning him. That's the only thing now, guys. Agnic, good evening. As a Reece James owner, I'm glad Chilwell was offside. Oh, well, we'll give you that one. But he did a really good free kick in the second half, by the way. Oh, if someone was at the end of that would have been a really good contribution there. FPL said, you can't go KDB to Salah. I can't, unfortunately. I don't have enough funds. I've got a mil spare, but I can't go just like that. And I don't really want to weaken any other part of my squad. That's the only thing. So if I do want to keep a formation now. I do want a second striker, to be brutally honest. I'm really excited by João Pedro. I really like the way he played. Yeah, I know there's a minute's risk with him, but for 5.5 mil, a penalty taker in a Brighton squad, yes, I know we need to keep grounded. Brighton were playing Luton, one of the weakest sides in the division itself. But I will say they played phenomenally and they attacked. It was relentless. I was just so surprised how well they did. I thought it would be another new season, might be, a bit more of a, not as amazing as they did last season, but they came back well. I think with Arsenal, Martinelli did really well. Nketiah, who's looking at Nketiah, guys? Any Nketiah owners here or looking to get Nketiah in? A good shout, guys, in that situation. Havertz did actually quite well. I know he got a lot of slack early season, but he actually did pretty well. I'm pretty impressed by him. Am I going to own him? Potentially not, but I think he did pretty well in general. But it's quite interesting to see how FPL has panned out, to be fair. How many wildcards are going to be played? That will be interesting to see. Jose O'Carroll, I hope you're well. Original plan was to captain Salah, but 70 minutes against Bournemouth is probably just as good as 90 minutes against Haaland. And then we'll sell him in game week 3 for a Richarlison, a Stupinian and to Chilwell. Not bad. I think personally, Jose, I've gone the opposite way. I don't think him going off has made any difference to my thought process around him. I think if people are going to own him, I want to own him, personally. I wanted to own him pre-season. I got interested in more funds across the midfield. But I still want to own Salah. That's the thing. I do want to own him. And from what I've seen today, guys, who were playing at Stamford Bridge, those games have usually been 0-0s. Those games have usually, been 0-0s, but it was a 1-1 draw. And he could have scored. He hit the bar as well. He could have scored 2 more additional goals. And he could have got like 15 points, 18 or bonus, let's say. And everyone would be like, he's an essential. He's taken off 70 minutes. Klopp's worked him well. So I don't think we should get worried about those 15, 20 minutes at the end. I think he's a nailed starter. And there was a penalty shout as well. People forget there's a penalty shout, guys. Who thought that was a penalty? I mean, I'm a United fan, so I want Chelsea to win. But as a neutral football fan, I thought that was handball. The hands, I don't care. It's not in a natural position. I think it was Jackson. I think he was like here and it hit his hand. Very lucky Chelsea. And if Salah's on the pitch there, he was going to take that penalty. So again, it could have been like 25 points for him. So I don't think we need to get too concerned about the fact that he's been taken off after like 70 odd minutes. And he was quite disappointed, which is evident. But I'm actually glad with that in one sense. I'm looking at the positives for there because he's going to be more fresh. You don't want to burn him out every single game because a couple of seasons ago, I think even last season, a lot of managers were saying he's burnt out. He looks tired. He hasn't had a break. Maybe it's a bit more workload management. He's not as young as he used to be. The Liverpool have got more cover now. But it still doesn't take away that he's part of most of their setup in terms of goals being scored. When they lost Salah off the pitch, I don't think Liverpool were any better than they were without him. I'm not going to say they were worse. So I don't think we should dig too much into it. Liverpool had a really difficult game, the most difficult game in my opinion, away at Chelsea. Let's take aside last season for Chelsea for one moment. Playing at Stamford Bridge, as a United fan, I can tell you it's our bogey team, our bogey ground. It's difficult. It's not easy. And Pochettino, hats off to him, has done really well. I'm really excited by Chelsea, guys. Sterling played well. Mudryk did well. I think Jackson played extremely well. The wing-backs, Chilwell, and I think Adise was their goal scorer, centre-back. Colwell did well. There's a lot of picks that we've got, guys, now that we can go through in terms of tripling up on even Chelsea. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. FPL MZ says, I wouldn't sell Estupinian, rather Saliba, Gabriel out for Chilwell. I mean, Estupinian played amazing. He got 3 bonus points at the end of it, and he could have had a few more assists, potentially. But yeah, he's done really well. Really, really impressed by him. FPL said, Reece James can't catch a break, can't even stay fit for 2 games. Yeah, I mean, he's not got a good record, but I think he got managed today in terms of workload. I think they brought on I think his name, I can't remember his name now. Who kind of replaced him around the 80th minute. So they've got someone for him. I think his workload management is going to be essential. And the fact is, so he comes after 60 minutes and they haven't conceded and he's been rotated. I'll take that. I'll take the 6 points and him being managed, right? Jay said, I have Gabriel, but with Timber's injury, I think he could be nailed again. If not, definitely Gabriel. Gabriel out was huge. I mean, fair enough. I've got to say huge credit for one of the content creators that I watch very closely is FPL Let's Talk FPL Andy. He dropped the news about Gabriel potentially not starting. That's where I got my news from, guys, to be fair. And I really respect him for that because he didn't have to actually tell us, to be fair. For his personal game, he could have stayed quiet. He's got the information. He could have done it. And but it was actually really nice. It was really nice of him to think of his family, for example, which is his channel, like, for example, people who follow him and listen to him. He told us all. So it worked for me, and I've got to give him a massive shout out. So thank you, FPL. Let's Talk FPL Andy. I really appreciate the information that you gave me. It really worked out. But I think Gabriel, I don't really understand the formation, but he will be back in the squad, guys. He's not injured, so it should be all good. I just think after what I've watched this weekend, I've changed my thought process now because of the injury to Kevin De Bruyne. I think if De Bruyne had stayed fit, I would not have changed much around my squad. I think the only thing that I was looking to change was Akanji. With the $500,000 that I had left, I would have gone Akanji to Reece James next week. Job done. Sweet. I'm sorted for the rest of the week, couple of weeks. But now I've got to really fix up my squad. I really need to fix up my squad because I've got too much funds in De Bruyne. It's a shame he got injured, guys. He was playing really well. That's the most upsetting part. Is the first 18 minutes that he did play. He played phenomenally well. He had a chance he put through. The goal came through one of his through passes. It was really difficult to take as a De Bruyne owner because I thought, yes, he started. I've gone differential. I hope he's looking like he's doing well. And he's gone off. Thinking about it, I think what would have been better is if he'd come on. If he'd come on as a sub and played 14, 20 minutes and played like that, I'd have been happy he's available for next week. But hey, it happens. Choices, you make decisions and you got to live by them. This is what the wild card's for. So if I need to rip up my squad, I will do indeed. But Salah, guys, I want to get him in. I'm telling you, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I want to get Salah in. And I really like Pedro as well. Don't want to take hits. So a wild card game week 2 is 95% on. Due to injury, not knee-jerk. FPL MS said, Estupinian could have got 2 assists if Ferguson was playing. Welbeck misses so much. Yeah, Welbeck was a bit, what's the right word to say? He was a bit shaky in front of goal. I just, as I said, what I saw from him was fantastic. Estupinian just kept going down that left-hand side, cut in, took a shot as well, almost scored. So, yeah, I mean, from what I saw of him, I'm glad I backed him. I'm glad I did. What will be really interesting, I want to see how many people move off John Stones. Keith, good evening, Keith. I hope you're well. I hope you had a good game week. What was your score? How did you do? Konzo, I'm on 72. I have Diaby, Mbembo, and Salah. My only problem is Gabriel. If Arteta hadn't brought him on, I would have Chilwell come on. I also own João Pedro. Not bad at all. I mean, to be fair, João Pedro is a good pick. John K, good evening. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Eric, good evening to you as well. I hope you're well. I have De Bruyne and Timber. What to do? Wildcard. Oh, just straight out. Just wildcard. I mean, if you just want to make the one transfer for Kevin De Bruyne and you want to save and not take a hit, then that's fine. I think if you're going to take hits or a hit, I don't think it's worth taking a -4 right now. If you're going to think about it, think of a new squad. Save yourself a hit, start fresh again. Conte said, if only you'd gone with your first draft. Yeah, if I did. Far better, hey? Conte, I'm rolling the transfer, though. Fair enough. I mean, that's good to bank to. I think in Game Week 3, there'll be more movements in terms of more clarity around fixture swings, what people are doing, how teams are lining up. Far better. Conzo, Chelsea ain't really bogey ground for United, who haven't beaten there for like 5 years. Yeah, but they're all draws. And even under Fergie days, it was. I hardly ever saw a win there, to be fair. Inspired, good evening. If I join your league now, will my points count? I think they will. I think they'll count. Because Game Week hasn't finished, I believe. And Inspired says, I hope you're well. I said, oh, I hope you're well, Inspired. I already transferred Stones out for Chilwell. Good transfer. Conzo, don't wildcard Game Week 2. You don't have one until Game Week 20. I think it'll be worth the -8. It'll be worth the time of Game Week. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it could be. The way I see it, right, is there's two things. Everything has a positive and everything has obviously a negative side as well. The way I see it from my squad, right, is the thing about wildcarding is, in this situation, is I don't want to take a -8 or a -12. And with mine, the way I'm looking at it, if I do play, I had a bit of a play around earlier in terms of what I want to look. If I want to make the squad or changes that I would like to, it works out to be about 5 to 6 changes, which could be -16, -20, which I don't really want to take. And that's the thing. I've got to start fresh. And I'll take the hit for that. I'll take the rap for it because it's unfortunate I've lost De Bruyne. That's on my bad luck, I could say. But that's what the wild card's there for. I mean, it's there to play it and to reassess your situation. I think I'm going to sleep on it, reassess it, and then take it from there. Thank you everyone for whoever's watching. Thank you for joining. If you're new around here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button too. Please join the FPL KNEEJERK channel. We're here to give you good content, and as a family, let's talk about how you've done, and let's see how we can get you guys some more points moving on to the weeks forward. Siley, how are you? Good evening. I hope you've had a good week and your Game Week 1 went well. I had £1.5 million in the bank, and after the news, I switched Gabriel to cash and upgraded Mbemba to Odegaard and triple up on Arsenal midfield. Cash got me -1. Odegaard flanked and Mbemba scored. Help me. Siley, all I can say, it'll be fine. It's just Game Week 1, all right? We all feel your pain. I feel your pain, certainly. But hey, look, Game Week 2, start fresh, same team. Hopefully the luck's on your side. That's literally what will happen. I mean, you didn't choose bad players. Odegaard's last year exceeded his XG and XA, goal involvement. They're not bad players at all. Matty Cash is really good. They're not going to concede 5 every single week. Newcastle were phenomenal, though. They were phenomenal. But no, Siley, you'll be fine, all right? Sorry about that. Inspired said, I'm in a queue for your league. I hope they count. I'm pretty sure they should do. John K, I swapped Stones for Gabriel and had Chilwell benched. Oh. So it means even Gabriel's come on for you. I guess he's in your starting 11 and he's got that 1 point, and then you've got Chilwell. Ouch. It's okay, John. Yeah, at least you still got him, right? Inspired, I'm on 68 and have Rashford, Onana to play. Is that good? I think it's really good, mate. I mean, I'm on 63 and I've got Onana, Bruno and Rashford to play. So I think what I'm aiming for is if I can get out this week around 80 points, a clean sheet for United, a few returns and goals for my midfielders, happy days. Shocker, good evening. I hope you're well. I'm an idiot. I had no clue that Gabriel wasn't starting and Pau Torres wasn't either. It happens. Honestly, that Gabriel news was last minute. I'm not going to blame anyone for that. I was very lucky that I got the information, as I mentioned already, from FPL Andy. Let's Talk FPL. So I got the information and I transferred him out for Akanji, which worked out well for me. And if he didn't, look, that's just bad luck, unfortunately. But still, study Game Week 1. It's a marathon, not a race. So Sorry, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Not a race. Of course it's a race. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So let's not sprint too quick. Sorry, I just had a bit of a... Konzo, or would you rather not downgrade De Bruyne and then have money in the bank? Also, Salah fixtures, Bournemouth aren't great. I mean, the thing is, right, fixtures-wise, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. We saw how good Salah was in the first, 45 minutes of the game. I don't know, I'm just tempted by him. I want to go against a template, that's the thing. That's how I play my game, that's how I play FPL. I could go safe and not play Salah. But be honest, guys, whoever's on the stream here, type it in, let me know how you feel. If you watch that game live, how are you feeling not owning Salah? That's all I want to know. I felt horrible. I'm glad I wasn't driving and listening to the radio. I think I would have been even more nervous. But yeah, I think with Salah, what it is, I've always been fond of him, and I look, they've got talent, they've got the players to come on, but Salah. There's a reason why it's 12.5 mil. Siley, you're so sweet. Hugs from my side. Love your content. Thank you so much, Siley. Absolute welcome for. Oh, thank you for being here, and you're welcome. And thank you for your kind words. Appreciate having you here, and your kind words make me want to come back. That's all it is. I'm not one of those template managers, guys. This is what makes my channel slightly different. I don't go template. I'm not going to choose the boring template teams that I find are template-ish, and yeah, they'll get you the good ranks. You'll probably get in the top 300k, 500k. But I like a bit of spice. That's why I chose De Bruyne. That was why he was in my team. And I'm telling you guys, if he played 90 minutes, he would have got a few returns for me. But it wasn't meant to be. Looks like I do want to. Looks like the FPL gods do want me to own Salah after all. John K, yeah, stinking 1 pointer. Yes, 1 pointer for Gabriel. Inspired. What's your plan for next week? So, what's my plan for next week, guys? So, I'm 95% looking at a wild card at the moment. So, let me tell you what I'm potentially looking at. Salah could come in for De Bruyne. I want to get João Pedro maybe as a striker. Akanji will go out. I'll probably bring in Reece James. That was my original plan. Just Reece James alone. But then I'll take Bruno out. Potentially. And Mbembo I want. There's a bit of clarity. Not much clarity. I think I'm interested in Mbembo for sure. Reece James was on my plan. And then I want to get Salah in if I can. Might have to play a wild card. That's my initial plan. Nothing has confirmed yet. I'll sleep on it. First thing in the morning, I'll think about it and I'll play what I feel. But you guys have to tune in for the team selection video, which I'll put out during the week. So please do tune in for that. Have a look. That will tell you everything what I will do. But that's the initial plans at the moment. John K got triple United. Hopefully Shaw pulls through. I hope so too. We haven't talked about Bernd Leno. How amazing was he yesterday against Everton? 12 points. Ouch. I should have gone for Bernd Leno. Inspired. Do I captain Salah next week? If you own him, captain him. That's all I'm going to say. If I own him, I'm captaining him. I'm going to go against... if I own him, I'm going to go against maybe Haaland captaincy. I'm definitely going to captain Salah if I own him. There's no point in having a £12.5 million player against Bournemouth at home with Salah's ability and numbers potential. I'm not captaining him. I know Newcastle at home is not going to be easy. It's Haaland and we know all that. But yeah, I'll go Salah captain. Mohamed Yusuf, I hope you're well. What is stock FPL? I have no idea what stock FPL is. Shocker, I hope you're doing well though, mate. I'm just hoping for Rashford. I'm doing very well, thank you, Shocker. I hope you're well as well. Just hoping for Rashford, Bruno and Onana to perform. Same as me. Whoa, hope they do. Should do, come on, you Red Devils. I predicted 4-0 United. 4-0 United. 2 returns each for both Bruno and Rashford. Get close to 100 points. Happy day to the clean sheet. But no, honestly, guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming in and tuning in. If you're new around here, thank you so much for coming. If you've already been here and you're a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back once again. But if you're new, guys, hit that like button and please do subscribe. Please be part of the FPL KNEEJERK channel. I really appreciate your support and yeah, let's help us grow. Konzo Mo, can you also upgrade? You can also upgrade Eze then. I potentially could. I could go to like a Maddison or a Richarlison But I saw Edison. Oh, sorry, Edison. Do I want Edison? I don't want Edison. No. I saw Eze yesterday for Crystal Palace, and he played well. 2 assist potentials, just didn't convert. He's on penalty, 6.5 mil. Great. That's exactly what I'm looking for from him. But I saw the results come through from Mbemba. He was amazing today. Could have scored as well. Pretty much had an open goal, but miscued it before half time. I want Mbemba as well. There's some real value in certain players that I'm looking for. So let's see how we can go from there. That's what I'm looking at. John K, hiding behind the sofa watching Salah. Oh, trust me, that first 45 minutes, Salah was unreal. He could have scored, hit the bar. Well, he almost scored. And then he scored, it was offside. Put some really good, decent balls in, made some really good runs. For 12.5 mil, I know it's a lot of investment, guys, but he's giving us the returns. So, yeah, Salah's good, guys. He's good. Watch his ownership go up this week. But this is what's going to make me interesting, guys, is look, I can be like any other content creator who I know that them guys do a fantastic job. It's their full-time job. It's something that they have to do. And it's the way they play the game. I'm a bit more of a risk taker. I'm going to play a bit different, and you guys can see that. Look, I didn't go template 3-5-2. I didn't pick those generic picks. I went a bit differential. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. It did not work out. But hey, I'm going to play the game how I want to play it. So who knows? Salah might be in game week 2. Konzo, to be fair, I'm a hypocrite. I also own him from game week 1. Nothing better than being an FPL hypocrite. That's all I can say. I call it decision making. Keith Rowley, Salah, waste of money, not captaining, so no point having. Got Liverpool report after opening 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I get that point. I do. And I've thought about that as well, but I thought he was great when he was playing, guys. Honestly, that's all I can say from my opinion. Konzo, you went template last year, not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, I did, but it's not a bad thing. But at the end of the day, you know, you play the game however you want to play it. Remember why you picked the players? Yeah, I know. I remember why I picked him. But there's a reason why I watched every single game this weekend as well. John K says, what if you saw De Bruyne this week and got Pedro next week? That's a possibility as well. I could do that. But I do want to go Salah now based on what I saw. That Salah pick I want. I don't know what I'm feeling. Just getting this thought inside me that I really want Salah for next week. Let's have a look. Sorry, just checking a bit of Twitter. Let's see if our bonus points have come in. Let's just refresh this through. Nah, not yet. John says, I didn't do bad this week. No, I haven't done bad at all. At all, I haven't done bad. It's just, what it is, right, is why I'm thinking about this at the moment, is my thought process with De Bruyne was slightly different of how I wanted to play the game itself. With De Bruyne now being injured, it kind of changes my whole thought process. And I know people will say it's going to be jumping the gun or reaction real bad. But there was a thought plan process behind it. I think I'm just not getting the team that I want, or the look of the team that I want, by just making one transfer. That's the issue. Because I was banking on a double up forward of City. But yeah, let's wait and see. Konza, Fernandes to Mbemba, De Bruyne to Salah. Yeah, that could be one way. But then I want Reece James as well. That's the thing. But hey, we'll think about it. John K, it's a good amount of points. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the points I've got. No doubt, I would have taken 63 points at the end of Sunday at the start of this week. But it's just the thought process of what my team will look like, the outlook. It's just really making me think at the moment. What if you sold De Bruyne and upgraded Bruno for a Salah for a 4-point hit? The thing is, right, at this early stage of the season, I don't really want to take a 4-point hit. I just don't. I want to have a clear-cut plan of how I want to play it. So we'll have to wait and see. I might sleep on it. I might sleep on it and I'll make a decision based on that. John K says James might be injured. Oh, really? I know he went off, but we'll wait and see. As I said, I'll sleep on it. We'll get a bit more of news about Reece James. Asad, what are you going to do with KDB? Bin him. It's a shame, honestly. He was playing so well. So well. And I think if he'd got a few like returns and stuff, I could have been sat here nicely on about 70 plus points, and yeah, I could have been in a better position. But hey, it's happened. It's happened, guys. We'll move on to it. John cares. Ignore my last message. Konzo beat me to it. No worries. No, it's fine. Everyone's got similar thoughts, guys. Eh? That's how we want to play the game. I mean, I got a lot of messages saying why Kevin De Bruyne, why not Odegaard, why not save 2 mil on certain players. But now I'm gonna get the same message around Salah as well. Why Salah? I think personally, him coming off at 70 minutes has done me a favour. I'd rather him not be owned by that many people next week. It might help me. Mo, think long term, says Konzo, and take a -8. You really need a wildcard later game weeks because you'll have to start taking hits then. Yeah, true, I could do, honestly. I will think about it. John K, I was going to go Foden over Diaz. Thank God I didn't. To be fair, I'll tell you who did really play really well. Was that Sabatster, how you pronounce it? He played really well. I was really impressed by him. Enzo Fernandez, guys. Oof, what a game. What a game for Fernandez. Shame we didn't get a return at the end of it, but he's someone that I might consider. And what about Rodri? Two returns. Who would have thought it? 5.5 mil. John K says, I like the De Bruyne pick. It was just unlucky. I was just unlucky, honestly. I was just so unlucky. And that kind of ruined my Friday night. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Haaland saved me massively, but it ruined my Friday night. I mean, I saw someone's tweet, right? They had Grealish. Grealish didn't start. De Bruyne got injured. They also had Gabriel, 1 point. And I think there was one more. I was like, I would be destroyed. If that was me in that situation, that'd be horrible. Anyway, let's not talk about my team, guys. Tell me your plans for next week. What are you looking to do? And whilst you're doing that, hit that subscribe button too, and the like button too, please. But yeah, some really good football, guys, this weekend. Overall, I don't think I've done too bad. I think I've done all right. Considering the De Bruyne injury, it could have been far worse. I think what would have made it better if Mbembo blanked. That would have helped. But he wasn't owned by too many, so I'm not too worried about that one. Isak killed me. I didn't know he was owned by over 18% of managers. Whew. Good old Isak. Konzo roll transfer for me. Oh, nice. Roll it over, no problem. Let's check to see if the bonus points are coming. Nah, nothing. Yeah, let me see if I can refresh the FPL website. Nothing as of yet. No worries. FH20667, I hope you're well. Roll transfer. Nice. I think there's going to be a lot of knee-jerks this week, guys. I think there'll be a lot of knee-jerks. A lot of transfers already happening. I saw something like 55,000 for Rodri coming in. John K, I'm saying a transfer next week, or might sell Gabriel to Botman this week. Botman did really well, actually, to be fair. That was a good assist that he got. Did you guys watch that new Tooney guy? Tuani, or I think his name was. He was pretty good, to be fair. Konzo, the spices in my template paid off, like Diaby and kind of Salah. Oh, Diaby. Woo, how good did he look? I've not even talked about him. Should I get him in rather than Mbembo? Oh, Diaby, what a player. 6.5 mil. Ridiculous. It would look good in my team, though. I mean, all I'm saying is, look, guys, if I do go for Salah, and he pays off next week, does well, helps me. If he doesn't, there's always cheaper players for me to downgrade onto, right? John K says Newcastle look good. They look phenomenal. Whew. But Wilson comes off the bench and scores. Harvey Barnes comes off the bench and scores. What's going on here? I've got Eze playing 90 minutes and can't get an assist. Maybe I should just pick Harvey Barnes. John K said, let's see how United do tomorrow and then make moves. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, to be honest. I want to see how United do, what's going on, what's going to happen, and then make my decisions based on there. Ooh, decisions time, guys. Decision times. John K. Maddison did well. Maddison did really well, to be fair. His first delivery. Ooh, quality. Son was disappointing today. I mean, it might just be one bad day at the office. The guy's a captain. He gets taken off after 70 minutes. It was disappointing. Richarlison was nowhere to be seen. I saw one attempt in him after like 82 minutes. Well, obviously, that's just one game. But 7 mil, not a bad price for a number 9 at Spurs. Udogi? I think that's how they pronounced him at Sky. He was alright. I thought he's not bad at 4.5 mil. But there's not going to be many clean sheets from Spurs, guys. I assure you of that. FH20067 says, jumped on the Foden bandwagon only not to return for me on 76 with Onana and Rashford to play. Well, I hope it goes well. And fingers crossed you get 2 more good returns. But Foden will come good, guys. We all know how good he is. It's just owning him at the right time. That's what makes him such a high ceiling player. John says, I think Son's playing out of position. I think he is. It's too far out. Too far out. Son used to be far more central. Harry Kane used to drop deeper under the previous Spurs like setup, like even Mourinho and stuff. I just think it's just a shame, really. He's such a good player. Kulusevski was far too wide as well. It's just those are 2 players that I used to rate, and I owned them at some points on FPL a couple of seasons ago. But yeah, she's not here. Maddison looks the best pick out of all the Spurs players today. Maddison was not just because of his 2 assists, but overall he looked the best. Wow, I can't believe over 45 minutes of this stream has already gone on. Done well, guys. Oh, cool. Well, hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button as well. I'm going to call it an evening now because it's been about 45 minutes while I've been on here and I've got a bit of a sore throat. So I'm going to give it a bit of a rest. But thank you so much, whoever's tuned in. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for clicking and viewing and staying tuned. Please subscribe. I'll do this regularly on a weekly basis, and I will make some more videos to let you guys know what I'm doing this week. Am I doing this transfer? Am I going to play a wild card? Or what am I doing? I'll let you guys know in those videos. But still, then, you guys take care. Enjoy your evening, and enjoy the last game of the game week 1 left tomorrow. Take care. Stay tuned for more content.